on April 1st, 2009, police bum rushed in my crib talking about they had a search warrant.
Greg and Janeda were innocent victims in a random bust that affected 25 at Ocean Bay houses in Far-Rockaway, Queens, New York. This went on April 1st, and by the 3rd, their names were in the paper and on the internet to be labeled as criminals. What's up with that?
Yeah, it's like waking up from a bad dream.
And they doing all this to me. I'm not gonna run no place. And he was playing with the gun, putting the dot all on the wall.
Face down on the kitchen floor.
That's a shame.
Early in the morning, they making coffee.
Look at that.
I just got one more thing. While them locking him up, they kept him in jail for 10 days without arraigning him. He didn't been arraigned for 10 days. You're supposed to be arraigned in 72 hours. That's the law.
They took
10 days.
They
took him back and forth to the hospital talking about his medicine. He overdosed on his medicine. Then they give him prescriptions that was 3 times stronger than the medicine that he get from Peninsula. I don't think that's right. The doctors in Peninsula ripped their medication up, which I'm going to get a copy back. So we'll see it. I'll show y'all.
Well, that's something that you have to get too. But I'm sorry that's crazy, man. I hate to hear something.
April Fool's Day.
It pains me. I feel y'all pain.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's how
I
he's
hear
supposed to be
bang, I
affected.
think it's police.
Your pain should be my pain.
Exactly.
And vice versa. Because once the lawyers find out what the probable cause for them to even come into your apartment and knew that they didn't have no rights to even come up in here.
Exactly.
Right.
That's a lawsuit out of this world.
That's crazy. And it affected your family, your children.
Believe me,
Anybody who had knowledge of themselves, knowledge of the laws.
You doing a drug raid. If anything's found in the house, you're not getting a new door.
Right.
That's a brand new door. And then when he came home on April 14th, they sent a notice under the door, rent demand. You owe $370. Mind you, he was in the hospital for 10 days, so he couldn't pay his rent on time. So he paid his $370 for rent, and when he went to the office, the lady said, you know, we're terminating your lease.
What?
This is the rent demand letter that he received around 10 o'clock, April 14th.
We'll find out who signed that. That's his name.
B.J. Wells. That's the manager for housing. It says pay rent $370. If you don't pay your rent, you have to vacate the premises within 3 days of this notice.
And that's dated when?
April 14th, 2009.
Oh my God.
They slipped this underneath his door. And then he went and got his money order.
And what happened after that?
April 14th, and went and paid his rent.
That's the money order that he paid?
Yes.
It has the date on there, 14th of, what is that, April?
Yes. 2009.
2009.
Ain't nothing funny, stop smiling. We still don't nothing move but the money. But now I learned to earn
414, rent owed $370, minimum due, he paid it.
That's where it's at, huh?
If I strive, then maybe I'll stay alive. So I walk up the street, whistling this.
Checks payable, I see the account. NYCHA, I got all of that. Date, how much was paid, and that was the amount of payment. So they gave you that receipt.
Yes.
And that was a receipt of payment. You paid your rent. Exactly. They cannot do nothing.
There was no meaning for this.
That was the first letter that you
This was after he paid
After you paid the rent, they said they're going to terminate the lease, or an investigation is going on.
Exactly.
See, they tried to put you out. They figured.
And when he went to the office to pay his rent, they gave him this letter within 2 hours.
As soon as he paid it, then
Yes.
this one came in, what, the mail or what?
No, he went to the office and paid his rent. The lady made a copy of the money order and gave her this They gave him this letter.
Read it.
It says, this is to advise you that termination of your lease is being considered because of breach of rules and regulations. Before further actions is taken, you are being offered an opportunity to discuss this important matter in detail. An appointment has been arranged for you in the management office on April 14, 2009, 12 p.m. That's the same time he went to go pay the money order.
Let me see
the time is on there.
Signed by who?
Brenda J. Wells.
The same manager.
The same lady from the rent demand paper.
Okay.
The money order shows that he paid his rent at the same time of his appointment. She typed up the appointment when he went in to pay his rent.
What?
Now, if you're going to terminate my lease, why is you taking my rent? He was never late on rent. He's been here for more than 2 years. He's a good tenant. He pays his rent on time. He never had any police reports here, nothing until that drug raid on April 1st.
See, but you know what?
So you see that?
But you know what? Let me tell you.
we have everything
let me tell you this. Before they even come, they communicating with management.
You know it.
They know what's going to happen.
That's a setup.
Before it even happens.
That's a
so
setup.
It's a setup, but it's a this is what you call pure gentrification process. You know what I'm saying? And this is what they're doing. You know, to excommunicate the tenants that are in these apartments that they can't get out by law.
If you had to say something to the commissioner of the police department and the mayor right now, what would that be?
To the commissioner and them?
The commissioner of the
What
police
I want to
department
let them know,
and the mayor.
I've been done wrong. I'm 29 years old, and out of all my 29 years, April 1st, the police department, the narcotics squad, whatever they wanted to call themselves at the time, they did me wrong. They didn't show me no search warrant. They didn't read me my rights, and I think they need to be checked up on. Y'all need new officers.
That's straight up. And you, sister?
Well, I just feel as though I haven't never experienced this before. My children being removed from my care. I'm always seeing them every morning. I didn't like it. I was not feeling that the fact that the police came here like that. You could at least knock and let you be known that you're police. Open the door. No, instead they forced themselves in here, and my children was here, 4 and 1. They were screaming, they were traumatized, and I just feel that officers need to get special training before they get out on the streets because they're not doing their job right in far-rockaway. They're not. And I'm from Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania is a Commonwealth state, and it's way stricter than New York, way stricter. So I tend to stay out of trouble. I don't mingle with nobody. I stay home and I just be with my family. That's all. I'm not the type to run the streets and cause trouble and shoot and do all that other stuff. No. I'm a mother. I'm 24. I'm young. And I see myself moving forward in life. I want my kids to be
You have a
going to
future in
college.
mind for yourself.
Exactly.
That's an example that will inspire others. And that's how all of our people need to be. Need to have goals.
Because we walk around the whole projects talking to these young brothers out in the street, want to be in gangs and want to act like they're gangs.
They don't want to. Nobody wants to be like that.
We ain't even gang affiliated. You know what I mean? We ain't even gang affiliated or nothing.
So the people that they're really trying to be right and good citizens and good people, they're bringing us down and whatnot. And then I commend you because y'all not affected by it to a way that's making y'all into a way like some people feel like, oh, if that's like that, then I'm gonna be part of that problem that they're talking about now. But you still remaining positive into your true values, and that's a good thing. And stay positive and don't let this trial turn you away from what you are. Make you stronger. Exactly. And to the people that you want to be, and then inspire others who may go through it. And what you're doing right now is a beautiful thing. We're going to put it on the far-rockaway underattack.com website, and hopefully it would inspire others to speak out so that we can stop the violence that's going on in this area.
Newspaper and everything.
What? Which one? The Wave? Oh my God!
And it wasn't saying nothing.
They put you in the paper?
It wasn't saying nothing.
Oh, that's character defamation.
That's character defamation. That's another.
That's a big one in itself.
This is going to follow you. This is a track record that's going to follow you for a long time. All this needs to be expunged. Everything needs to be expunged.
Yeah, I got 20 grand in my pocket and I'm riding around with my pockets crammed. You the one that got the contraband and you smoking that like you in Amsterdam. Before I know it, I see them sirens pulling over. Hey, we just riding. Don't talk back, won't be no violence. Just shut up and sit in your seat in silence. Now the police is searching who? They searching me and then they searching you. They smell the breeze and you smell like trees cause you hit the blunt.